It has been a hell of a long time since I shared any garden content with you, and my garden makeover video is one of the most popular videos that I've ever done. And I'd love to say that the garden still looks as lovely as it was at the end of that video. It does not. It is a bit of a bomb site, guys, I'm not gonna lie. And so it's time to tackle it. It's gonna be quite a big job. I'm gonna do it over several videos. There's loads of stuff that needs tidying up, some stuff that I'm gonna change. I'm gonna try and build some garden furniture as a bit of a DIY. I'm gonna take you along on the journey with me. Let's get it done. We can do this. But yeah, I also need to show you what the garden looks like now, because it is, oh, so bad. As always, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for new videos. But yeah, let's get going. Okay, so here's a little look at how the garden is looking now. This is so bad, but bear in mind that I have been buying a few bits, like on the patio here is all sorts of bits ready to do some stuff. But along this wall here, we are quite lucky in that these sleepers actually got repaired by the landlord. They were looking very, very rotten, and he came and replaced them and put one coat of the black duck spat on there. I would like to clear all this of the pots and do another coat on there. So that's a big job. I'd also like to recoat the fence. So, I mean, I did paint this quite a few years ago. It's done pretty well, but I do think the weather sort of wears it off. So I'm going to repaint the fence in several places, probably more of a touch-up job than a whole repaint. There's some areas where this top batten is coming off, so I'm going to reattach that. God, over in this corner, honestly, what a mess. But this planter is all rotten. I'm going to replace that. I want to buy some other planters to go along here and fill this, because originally what I'd done is I'd actually planted plants behind the sleepers, but then when the sleepers got replaced, they all got damaged, and I just think it's better to keep everything in pots, and then obviously if I ever leave, I can take all the plants with me. We've got some more mess over here. An old pot that needs to go to the tip. We're booked into the tip this weekend. I've got some plants here that I've bought and new pots. These are all ready to be potted up. I know my colour scheme, so I'm going to show you what the colour scheme is. Oh dear, what else have we got? This bin storage unit, which I previously made, it's really not fared that well in the weather, which is disappointing. So this needs a massive resand and a repaint, and I might reconfigure the inside. Got some other plants here that I've been cultivating. I want to get these, not those, they're weeds. Well, not that one, that one's nice. Yeah, this is a stilby. I want to get that planted. Some other plants here. Then over here, if you can see it behind the absolute mess, we have got a sort of garden trolley unit, and on here is my pizza oven underneath there somewhere. So I got this on Facebook for, I think I got it for free or £10, and I had to dismantle it to get it in my car, but it needs a good makeover. So I want to sand that all down, make that over and make it into a really cool pizza station with maybe some hanging herbs there as well. I want to restring all of my festoon lights. I want to redo them because I want to reposition my shepherd's hooks, which they hang off. It's Gus lying in the sun. My rug needs a major clean. I left it out all winter and it's looking shocking. I've got this screen that covers up the plug, so I need to redo my whole patio. Do you see what I mean? There is a lot. Over here, I have this particular plant, which is a weed. It's very, very hard to get rid of. It's called blue alkanet, or is it, no, green alkanet. And it overrides everything. And it's such a nightmare to get rid of. I keep digging it out. So over here in this bed, About a year ago, I dug the whole bed out. I put down weed barrier fabric and I re-put all the soil on top and I replanted. And that has really stopped it coming up. So my plan is to do that there and over there as well. And I've bought a whole load of bark as well, which apparently stops it coming up. So we need to do a whole digging out of all the beds. Need to tidy all of this up. I need to fix this planter I made and maybe give it a new coat of paint, possibly. I've bought some lawn edging to go along there. Oh dear. Shed wise, we've got damage at the bottom of the shed. I want to put some battens along the top and the bottom and paint those in. I mean inside the shed. I mean, just look at it, guys. So I need a big saw in there. This is honest, like, YouTube reality of what my garden and my shed is actually like. So you can see why it's going to take me so long. Here behind the shed we have got a veg cupboard. It's like a little mini greenhouse thing. I do want to start trying to grow some veg, so we're going to be doing that. And the other thing I've got is I have bought an old rattan garden set for £10 off eBay, and I'm going to upcycle the whole thing into some amazing garden furniture. So as you can see, there is a lot to do. So I'm going to split it into sections. Digging out the beds is going to take an absolute age. I need to get some of these plants planted before they all die because I got excited and went and bought them all. I've got some planters that I've spotted at Dunelm. I want to go and buy them and give them a coat of paint and plant them up. So that might be one of the first things I do and show you. But for today, I'm going to have a bit of a dig out of the beds, start digging out some of those weeds while I listen to some podcasts. Let's get cracking. Okay, and here's where we've got to. We've dug out all of this soil, all of the weeds that were in here. So that's it took me ages. I dug right down, pulled out all of the roots, I'm hoping, and I did spray a bit of weed killer down on the tricky ones at the very back. So before I put the weed barrier fabric down along here, because I also did along here, I feel like before I start doing much more, I should probably paint these fences, or at least repaint them. This one here I did do not that badly, but it still needs more on it, and the trim needs fixing on the top here. So I reckon that that's probably one of the jobs that needs doing. But right this second, I think I'm going to plant up some of these plants that I got, because as you can see, it's been quite warm today. It's looking a bit thirsty. So this one's going to go into this pot here that I've popped on this stand. So that'll be really nice for some height and a bit of pink. That's a cosmos. It's so pretty. And then here I've got a white scabiosa. I already have a purple one over in the bed. Haven't quite worked out. I'd like this one over in that bed, but the bed's not ready yet. So some of these I think just need a bit of protection and give a good water so that they don't die while I'm waiting to get everything done. But yeah, let's get some of those plants planted up now so that they don't die, and then see where we're at. Okay, it's day 2, and let me show you where I got up to yesterday and what I think my jobs are going to be for today. Okay, so as you can see, I managed to dig all of this out. It's all ready to be put down the weed barrier and the wood chips, but I think my job today is going to be to repaint the fence, because obviously it's quite easy to get here now because there's no plants. So I think that's going to be the best thing. Paint the fence here, touch it up along here. And while I've got the paint out, I might just do some of the other areas that need touching up as well. One of the things was that when the landlord came and replaced the sleepers, they've actually ended up a lot lower than they were previously. So now we can see all of these areas that were hidden by the sleepers, but now obviously look a little bit untidy. So that's going to be today's job. I reckon that's quite a big job. So depending on how long that takes, that could be the end of this little vlog, and we'll pick up where I decide to crack on from next time. But let's see how we go. Let's see how much we can get done. It's a beautiful day today, not too warm, so it's the perfect day for painting outside. So yeah, let's get cracking. So this is the paint we're going to be using. This is what I've got left from when I did the fence before. Not got a huge amount left, so that's why I can't necessarily, normally I would fill up my spray gun and spray the fence, but I don't think there's enough to do that. So we're just going to do it with a brush. where we got to. I managed to paint all the fences. I've done one side the whole way along. It's looking so much better now, much cleaner and fresher. And I touched up all the places that needed doing on the opposite side of the garden. I also gave the sleepers another coat of their black paint, but I haven't painted this whole section of fence. I'm leaving it until I move out this recycling unit, which is also going to get a bit of a makeover, so I'll do that section of fence then. Okie dokie, now I've got this little pot of green paint. I got halfway through painting one of my plant pots and didn't finish it, so I'm gonna finish that off now. I've painted the sleepers, they're just drying. It's kind of got a little bit cooler now. I'm slightly worried it's gonna rain, but let's get this pot painted. Okay, that seems like a good place to finish there. The rain has started coming down, so it's time to stop. So I'm going to finish this vlog here. I'll catch up with you next time when we take on, I need to clear out the shed. We're booked into the tip, so we need to take a whole bunch of stuff to the tip, and I need to get all of those beds that I've now dug out planted. But I reckon we've made a really good stab there at everything, and I hope you enjoyed this little garden makeover. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and yeah, I'll see you next time in part 2.